the quiet moments of our busy lives, it's easy to overlook the silent changes happening beneath the surface of our bodies. We go about our daily routines, waking up, reaching for our phones, sitting down for breakfast, heading to work, and spending hours at a desk or in a car. The modern lifestyle has made things more convenient than ever before. Yet within this veil of comfort and routine, a hidden threat lies waiting, impacting millions of people around the world, often without them even realizing. This threat is sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that comes with aging, but which can be silently accelerated by the choices we make every single day. While age is a prominent factor, it's not the only player in this story. There is one everyday habit so common and so ingrained in today's world that it's quietly triggering this destructive process and setting us on a path toward frailty, weakness, and diminished quality of life. So what is this seemingly innocuous habit? It is prolonged physical inactivity, specifically sitting or sedentary behavior. To comprehend just how powerful an impact this habit has on our muscles, consider the function of skeletal muscle. Our muscles are dynamic tissues always in flux, their health and strength determined by a delicate balance between the processes of building up muscle protein synthesis and breaking down muscle protein breakdown. In our youth, the scales often tip in our favor. Our bodies are primed for activity, and the daily running, playing, and moving keeps muscles robust. But as we transition into adulthood and the demands of daily life take precedence, movement gives way to stillness. Working at computers, commuting long distances, relaxing in front of televisions, many adults now spend more than half of their waking lives seated. The effect of this consistent inactivity is profound and insidious. Every hour spent sitting is an hour where muscle fibers are not being challenged. They aren't receiving the signal to grow or even to maintain their current strength. Over time, this leads to muscles atrophying, becoming weaker and smaller, setting the groundwork for sarcopenia even decades before old age arrives. The consequences seep in quietly. At first, it may be something as subtle as struggling to carry groceries up the stairs or noticing that it takes a little longer to get up from the couch. Gradually, these small challenges blossom into more serious issues: a greater risk of falls, a loss of independence, diminished energy, and ultimately, a reduced lifespan. Multiple studies have established a direct link between sedentary behavior and negative outcomes, not just for muscle health, but overall well-being, impacting everything from heart health to insulin sensitivity. Unraveling the science, we find that muscles thrive on repeated stimulation. Muscle fibers require contraction, loading, and challenge in order to signal the body to maintain or build more muscle proteins. When we are inactive for extended periods, the rate of muscle protein synthesis slows dramatically. Worse research shows that older adults experience what's called anabolic resistance, meaning their muscles are less responsive to the signals triggered by food and activity that should otherwise promote growth and maintenance. So for seniors, inactivity bears an even steeper price. But you don't have to be elderly to be affected. Remarkably, muscle loss from inactivity can happen far faster than most people realize. Even young and healthy adults can suffer significant decline after just a week of bed rest or severely reduced activity. For example, studies involving volunteers kept with only minimal physical movement have demonstrated that as little as 10 days of inactivity can result in a measurable decline in both muscle size and functional strength. Prolonged sitting also alters our metabolism and changes the hormonal environment within our bodies. Levels of key molecules like myostatin, known to inhibit muscle growth, rise, while others such as insulin-like growth, factor 1, IGF-1, which promote muscle building, fall. Together, these shifts turn off the pathways that keep muscles healthy and over months and years promote their breakdown. Worse yet, the negative consequences of sedentary living are not isolated. Sarcopenia opens the door to other health difficulties. Reduced muscle mass slows down metabolism, compounding the risk for weight gain, obesity, and diabetes. Combined with weakened bones, which also suffer from inactivity, the risk of falls and fractures soars. For so long, our cultural narrative has focused on the dramatic, heroic gym, workouts, sweat-drenched exercise routines, and ultramarathons. But the truth is subtler and, in a way, more hopeful. It isn't just about strenuous bursts of activity, but rather about reducing the long stretches of time we spend doing nothing at all. Small regular movements, standing up to stretch every hour, taking brisk walks, choosing stairs over elevators, performing simple resistance exercises at home, or using one's own body weight to engage muscles can counteract the ill effects of the sedentary lifestyle. These modest changes send positive signals to muscles, activating their maintenance mechanisms and triggering modest increases in strength even in very old age. Diet too plays a vital role in this equation. As we age, our ability to utilize protein efficiently diminishes. Consuming enough high-quality protein with each meal, especially for older adults, ensures that the amino acids necessary for muscle maintenance are always available. But even the best diet can only do so much if muscles aren't being used. So if the everyday habit to watch out for is prolonged inactivity, the way forward is clear: build small bursts of movement into every day. It doesn't require a gym membership or hours of workout routines. It's about forming a new habit, one that sees you getting up every 30 minutes to stretch, taking a quick walk around the block, or standing up during a phone call. Incorporate resistance activities into your daily life, such as squatting to pick something up rather than bending from the waist, or performing heel raises while brushing your teeth. For those already experiencing signs of muscle weakness, it's never too late to start. Supervised resistance training, even with light weights or bands, can yield remarkable improvements in muscle mass and function. This is not just a prescription for fitness enthusiasts, but a call to action for everyone: office workers, retirees, homemakers, students, and older adults alike. We live in a time when technology and comfort make it easier than ever to remain inactive. Work that once required movement now happens at the touch of a button. Socializing, shopping, and even meals can be managed without leaving your seat. These conveniences, if left unchecked, usher in the slow decline of muscle tissue. By being conscious of the dangers of inactivity, and by actively looking for opportunities to move, we can push back against the toll of sarcopenia. It's important to remember why muscle matters. Our muscles are the engines of our bodies, shaping not only how we look, but also how we move, how we feel, and how we maintain independence as we age. Muscle strength is a powerful predictor of health outcomes, better than blood pressure, cholesterol, or even body weight. Those with stronger muscles have lower risks of chronic illness, a greater ability to recover from hospital stays or injury, and live longer, more vibrant lives. Breaking the sedentary cycle is not about dramatic change, it's about fostering positive habits that accumulate over time. Consider the following strategies to safeguard your muscles. First, make movement automatic. Build triggers into your daily routine. Perhaps setting reminders to stand up and stretch every half hour, or linking movement to regular activities like phone calls or meetings. Walk, don't drive for short trips. Whenever possible, take the stairs. Second, lift something, anything. Resistance training combats muscle loss remarkably well, and you don't need to be lifting heavy weights. Using your own body as resistance through movements such as squats, lunges, or push-ups helps overcome the natural tendency for muscles to shrink. Third, eat smart. Make sure you're consuming protein with every meal, favoring sources like lean meat, fish, eggs, dairy, beans, and legumes. As we age, spreading protein intake throughout the day, rather than concentrating it all in one meal, is more effective at maintaining muscle mass. Fourth, embrace balance and flexibility. Work yoga, stretching, or simple balance exercises. These routines, done regularly, enhance joint health, reduce injury risk, and make everyday movements easier. Finally, make movement a social experience. Join community exercise groups, walk with friends, or dance. Enjoyment is a key that unlocks long-term commitment. Society rewards productivity, sometimes at the expense of movement. Many of our social, professional, and even leisure activities are designed for sitting meetings around conference tables, hours of binge-watching series, long classes in fixed seats, commutes stuck in traffic. But what if we reimagine movement not as a luxury, but as an essential part of every day? When we recognize inactivity as a trigger for sarcopenia, new choices emerge. choices that preserve our health, our independence, and our dignity. The gift of robust muscles is not given only to the young. Our bodies are remarkably responsive no matter the age. When we introduce new challenges, when we ask more of our muscles, the body responds. Even individuals in their 70s, 80s, and beyond can gain both muscle mass and strength through regular movement. In fact, studies show that people who stay physically active into old age can enjoy muscle health comparable to those decades younger, along with all the benefits that come with it. Imagine a future where every stage of adulthood feels empowered rather than diminished a life where carrying groceries, gardening, playing with grandchildren, traveling, and exploring remain available, all because of the simple, repeated choice to move. The first step is awareness. The next step is intention. Every day presents dozens of opportunities to interrupt periods of sitting and bring movement back into daily life. The power to prevent sarcopenia and protect muscle health is within reach no matter your starting point. So, as you go about your daily routine, pay attention to the hidden risks embedding themselves in comfort and stillness. Choose time and again to stand, to walk, to stretch, and to lift. In this way, through small, consistent acts, you can build a legacy of strength, resilience, and vitality, defeating the everyday habit that silently triggers sarcopenia and muscle loss and reclaiming the vibrant, active life your muscles are begging to provide.